Okay, so we're going to continue here with writing the equation of a line, and this time we are going to be writing the equation of a line given only 2 points that are on the line. So we're going to need to figure out both pieces of information. We're going to have to figure out our slope and our y-intercept, and you'll notice that over here I just have as a reminder the slope formula because we're going to have to use that here in a second. So let's go ahead and start out by labeling our points to get the slope. That'll be our first step. So we're going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. And we've done this before. It's just a combination of things that we've already done. And let's find our slope. We'll do the slope in red. So we'll put a minus and a minus because if you look in our formula, that's what we have, right? And y2 is 2 from right here. Y1 is negative 4. I'll put it in parentheses since it's negative. X2 is 3 and X1 is 1. So let's see here. We'll make minus a negative, back-to-back negatives, a plus, and that gives us 6 over 2, which eventually is 3. So I'm going to write that down, that m is equal to 3. I'm actually going to put a little box around it because we need that. That's half of our equation. Now the other half, we'll do this in blue, is to find the y-intercept. So to do that we have to choose a point. We only need one point to get the y-intercept. And I'm going to choose this ordered pair right there. I could have chosen 3 too, but I chose this one because I felt like it. And the reason I felt like it is because there's a 1 there, and 1's a pretty small number, so I like to use that. So here's how I do this. I write y equals mx plus b. And this is something we've done recently when we were given a slope to begin with and we were given a point. We're going to do the same thing. We fill in what we know. So the y is negative 4. That comes from our ordered pair. The slope is what we've just figured out, which was that 3 right here in the box. From our ordered pair, the x is 1. And we're looking for b, the y-intercept. So let's simplify here. We have negative 4 equals 3 plus b. And then if I subtract 3, I can figure out what the y-intercept is. And in this case, it's negative 7. And I'll put a box around that too because that's the other piece of information that we need. So the last thing to do is to write our answer. And it's pretty easy because we already have all of our information. We say y equals 3. That's our slope. X. And then the y-intercept is minus 7. So y equals 3x minus 7. That is what we're looking for right there. That's the equation of our line. Okay, let's do one more of these here. We'll do one with a fraction in it to make it a little more difficult. So let's go ahead and find the slope. We'll do the slope in black. So let's label x1, y1, x2, y2. And we'll set up our slope formula with the 2 minus signs. Y2 is negative 1. Y1 is, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Y1 is 5. X2 is 1 and X1 is negative 4. So we'll put that in parentheses. Alright, I see a back-to-back minus sign. That's a plus. And so our slope is negative 6 over 5. And I'm going to box that because that's half of the information that we need. We're halfway done. Alright, now that's going to make it a little tricky because our slope's a fraction, but no big deal. We have to pick a point, so I'm going to pick the one with the 1's in it. You could have picked the other point, but I like this one, so I'm going to use it. And I need to find the y-intercept now because we already have our slope. So we write down y equals mx plus b, and we fill in all of our information. Negative 1 is our y. We found our slope. It's negative 6 over 5. From the ordered pair we chose, or we've chosen, x is 1, and b is what we're looking for. So let's see. We have negative 1 equals negative 6 over 5 because we multiplied by 1. That just gives us what we multiplied right back, plus b. Now here's the part where this is a little tricky because we have this fraction. And what I'm going to do is multiply by this number right here, this 5, to get rid of the fraction. That'll make life a little bit easier. So we have negative 5 when we multiply, equal sign. This 5 and this 5 right here, when we multiply, cancel each other out, so we're just left with the negative 6. And then we have to put the 5 in front of the b. So everything got multiplied by 5. So let's go ahead and finish this up real quick here. We're going to add 6. We get 1 is equal to 5b. Put this over here. If we divide by 5, then we have our answer. B is equal to 1 over 5. And we'll box that because that's the other half of our equation. So let's write our final answer. We'll write it in purple. Why not? We haven't used purple yet on this slide, so we'll say, well, I guess orange. Y equals the slope followed by x followed by, let's see if we can squeeze it in here, our y-intercept. And that's our equation, which is our final answer. Okay, so there are two pieces of information that we need. You need a slope and you need a y-intercept, and then you finally use those to write the equation. You find the slope first if you aren't given one, find the y-intercept second, and write your equation and you're done.